My name's Liv and welcome to this video on upper limb stretches. We'd like to say thank you to Millie, who was our volunteer for this video. Just a reminder, please make sure that you have watched the introductory stretching video before trying to perform any of the stretches outlined in this video. The link can be found up here. And popping up now should also be a list of the contraindications for stretching. If you have any of the contraindications, please seek appropriate advice from a healthcare professional. Before we start stretching the upper limb, it's important just to mobilise the shoulder joint to loosen off the muscles around that area. The first stretch we're going to do is taking shoulder into a flexed position. We do this by placing one hand behind the shoulder blade and the other hand on the elbow, and then we're pulling down on the shoulder blade and then raising elbow up above the head. Next, we're going to stretch the back of shoulder. To do this again, we want to hold shoulder blade with one hand and then other hand positioned on the elbow, and we're going to stretch the shoulder across the body. Now we're going to do some rotation at the shoulder joint. So it's important to stabilise the elbow on knee, support the front of shoulder with one hand, and then support at wrist on the other hand, allowing wrist to rotate towards the patient's head, and then change position of wrist towards feet, still supporting elbow on knee and supporting front of shoulder. Next, we're going to stretch biceps and triceps. So to stretch triceps at the back of arm, we want to move wrist towards shoulder. And then to stretch biceps out, again, we're going to place elbow onto knee, support over shoulder, and stretch arm into a straight position using wrist. To extend wrist, we're going to place elbow on the plinth and straighten fingers towards head by pushing fingers backwards. And then to flex wrist, we're going to apply pressure at the back of hand, causing wrist to bend forwards. For wrist rotation, we're going to stabilise at the wrist with one hand and then rotating the individual's hand with your other free hand, and we can do this in both directions. And to finish off the upper limb stretches, we're just going to do some mobilisations of the fingers. You want to use one hand to stabilise and another hand to move the fingers like so.